We're on Ketubot Perek Aleph Mishnah Zayin. We're continuing to discuss the notion of if a woman, after they wake up in the morning of the consummation of the marriage, a couple wakes up, and the husband realizes that she's not a betula. And so he claims, whoa, what's going on? So in the last Mishnah we talked about, she said, I was nasty, I was raped, sorry, you lose. And he's like, no, this is before we were married. Now we're going to talk about the case of Mukat 8. So let's go back to Mishnah Gimel for a second. Okay, and we learned that there's a machloket about a Mukat 8. A Mukat 8 is a woman who's not a virgin, but she doesn't have her hymen, she doesn't have her betulim, because she was injured in some way. She was injured in that area of her body. So the Mishnah says the Mukat 8 is a machloket. Rabbi Meir said the Ketuba is matayim, like a betula, and the Chachamim say Ketubatam maneh, it's 100. And we learned there that afilu lo hikirba, we paskin that it's mana, but even if the husband didn't know, Ketubata mana v'lo have mekach ta'ut. There's no such thing as mekach ta'ut. A woman does not have to divulge to her husband that she is a mukat etz. So therefore, if she wakes up in the morning after the wedding and he's like, whoa, what's going on? She says, no, I'm mukat etz. He didn't have to tell her that. She didn't have to tell him that, and therefore, it's not a mekach ta'ut. So at least if he says, oh, I'm divorcing you, I don't believe you, he has to pay her the 100 if she's really a mukat etz. Our Mishnah says, he omeret mukat etz ani. She says, I'm a mukat etz. That's what we learned. I was injured when I was a child, and that's why I don't have my dam bitulim. And he says, no, lo ki ela drusat ish at. What are you talking about? You're a be'ulat ish. You were with some guy beforehand, and it's a mekach ta'ut. So they're arguing that they agree on the fact that she doesn't have dam bitulim, but she says, I was injured before when I was a child, and I didn't tell you that because you never would have married me. Sorry, you lose. And he says, no, it's a mekach ta'ut. I don't have to pay you anything. Rabban, so that we have very similar machloket to the last Mishnah. We rely on her testimony. She is reliable to say that she was a mukat h, and she gets either 100 or 200 according to Rabbi Meir. Rabbi Yeshua says, lo mi pi anuchaim. It's very similar to the last Mishnah. We don't rely on her words. Ela harehi bechezkat drusat ish. We assume that she was bechezkat, she doesn't have her dam bitulim. So we assume that she's a chazakah. She had relations with another man. Ad shetavi ra'aya lidvareha, until she proves her words. Okay. Let's go back to our logic. What are we saying here? So, Rabban Gamliel says bari v'shema bari adif, that we learned in the last Mishnah. She says I was definitely mukat eitz, and he's like, I don't know. So therefore bari adif. And Rabbi Yeshua says no. Since we're talking about money, cheskat mamon. It's the husband's money. Rabbi Yeshua says, "Hamotzi mi chavera alav hara'aya." We're not making her asur. She wants money. She's saying, "Pay me." Lami pianu chayim. Therefore, he can say, "Listen, prove ad shetavi ra'aya v'motzi mi chavera alav hara'aya." Prove that you were a mukat etz beforehand. Bring witnesses. Bring the doctor's report, and then you get your money. Then it's not a mekach ta'ut. We'll stop here and dedicate our learning to the memory of my father. Harab Simcha ben Yitzchak Kalman. Have a great day. And as always, remind you can find all these Mishnah on Mishnah.co, the Mishnah website, Mishnah Yomit website.